She decides upon a number of things like how to decorate the house in terms of furniture, curtains, bed sheets, sofa covers, crockery, cooking utensils, etc. What type of food is to be served to the family members, what shall be the timing of the breakfast, lunch and dinner, etc. And then arrange the required material to prepare the food. Hires a maid or servant to assist household work on a part-time or full-time basis and look after many other such works. So she not only decided all these, but ensure that all this work is carried out properly. For this purpose, she does some herself and may distribute certain work among the family members so that work is carried on smoothly. For example, she's she may assign the task of dropping the children to the school to her husband, the task of cleaning the bed to the eldest child. But could you all mute your mic? Could you all mute your mic? That's better. She may assign the work of dropping the children to the school to her husband, the task of cleaning the bed to the eldest child, the task of cleaning utensils to the part-time maid, and so on. Every housewife does all this work in her own way, depending upon her understanding, interest, commitment, and also the resources available. ठीक है, तो what is management? Management is getting things done by others in a systematic manner. We all use management in various segment in our life. Just an example I said you, the example of housewife arrange how to prepare the food, what is the timing of breakfast, how the other work of the house will be managed. Okay? So that is the management. It is called time management. Similarly, take the case of the school teacher who is given the task of taking school children on a picnic. The teacher also decide upon a number of things like where to go, when to go, how many students and other teachers shall go, how much money is required, where to get
Sir,
some. Yes.
sir, I just like to request that anyone has opened the mic, your voice is not audible at all.
Okay, okay. Uh,
I request to everyone, please switch off their mic so that we can easily hear the voice of the
yes.
counselor. Thank you. Sir, you can proceed, please.
Okay. So we are talking about what is management. Management is a process getting things done from others, and we use the management in various way in our daily life. I have given an example of housewife. Now I am telling about a picnic plan prepared by a school teacher. So these are the some example of the management in use of various daily life routine work. Now let us take another example. There may be many grocery shop in your locality. Consider any two such shops owned by individual as sole proprietors. Both of them do a number of activities like procuring goods from manufacturers, wholesalers, and selling them to consumers, maintaining records of transactions, paying taxes, supervising the staff, and making efforts to the improve sales. However, however, how they handle all these jobs depend upon their capabilities and factors like the location of their stores, the assistance they have, and so on. On analyzing the above example, we find one common thing among the housewife, among the school teacher, and as well as the grocery owner. That is, they are all involved in managing an important activity, namely the household, school picnic, and the business respectively. Thus, we find management everywhere. Every housewife manage her household work. Every professional manager managers his takes, and every businessman manage his business. In this lesson, we shall learn about the concept of management in context of managing a business and its characteristics, nature, importance, function, and general principles in guiding managerial actions in the management process. ठीक है, तो ये बाइलिंगुअल क्लास में आपको पढ़ाऊं कि थ्रोली इंग्लिश में क्लास चल जाएगी आपकी? किसी को कोई डाउट हो तो मैं बाइलिंगुअल में भी इसको एक्सप्लेन कर सकता हूं.
No, it's okay for us.
Anyone?
It's okay, sir. That's okay, sir.
Anyone?
Thank you, sir. We are comfortable in English.
Bilingual classes?
Yeah, sir. We are okay with that.
Okay. Now move on to meaning and objective of management. Management is very popular term and has been used extensively for all types of activities and mainly for taking charge of different activities in any enterprises. Management is a very popular term and has been used extensively for all types of activities. It means each and every activity is related to a human being affected by the management. We all use management in various ways in our life and mainly for taking charge for different activities in many enterprises. As you have seen from the above example, that management is an activity which is necessary wherever there is a group of people working in an organization. People in organization are performing diverse tasks about they are all working towards the same goal. If we talking about how to achieve a goal, we have to manage all the managerial, all the organizational functions of an organization towards that direction that we can achieve that goal easily. If we don't manage our working, our functions properly, we cannot achieve any target. I'm requesting all of you kindly mute your mic. Hello, I'm requesting all of you kindly mute your mic. People in this organization are performing diverse tasks, but they all working towards the same goal. Management aim to guiding their efforts towards achieving a common objectives, a goal. Thus, management has to see that tasks are completed and goals are achieved. That is effectiveness, and the least amount of resources at a minimum cost. That is efficiency. These are the two important elements which the management will want to achieve. First one is effectiveness. What is effectiveness? And second one is efficiency. What is effectiveness and efficiency? What is effectiveness and efficiency? What is effectiveness and efficiency? Can anyone explain it?
Sir,
Hello.
Sir, there is lot of disturbance
Please
and everyone is opening
mute
their
your
mics.
mic. Please mute your mic. I'm requesting all of you, please mute your mic unless it is necessary to open it. Please mute your mic. Shashank Srivastav, please mute your mic. Shashank Srivastav. Shashank Srivastav, mute your mic. That's better. Now we talking about what is effectiveness and efficiency. These are the two important elements which a management function wants to achieve. That is effectiveness and efficiency. What is effectiveness? What is efficiency? Can anyone describe what is effectiveness and efficiency? Can anyone describe what is effectiveness and efficiency?
Effectiveness. Hello, sir.
Yes.
Yes, effectiveness means how much resources have performed up to their expectations.
Not a very common definition and not a very proper definition. What is effectiveness? What is effectiveness? Effectiveness is a process or way to getting things done in limited time and managed time. And what is efficiency? To getting things done at a minimum cost. These are the two elements which management want to achieve. First one is effectiveness and second one is efficiency. Without getting effectiveness and efficiency, management has no meaning. Management has therefore been defined as process of getting things done with the aim of achieving goals effectively and efficiently. We need to analyze this definition. These are the certain terms which requires elaboration. These are the process effectively and efficiently. Process is in the definition means the primary functions or activities that management perform to get things done. What is process? A process is a functions or activity, primary functions or activities that management want to perform from the others. These functions are planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. These are the functions of management. What are the functions of management? Planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. Being effective or doing work effectively basically means finishing the given task. Effectiveness in management is concerned with the doing the right task, completing activities, and achieving goals. In other words, it is concerned with the end result. The management completed a task in the proper way or not, it is we can evaluate this result at the end of the process. By the result of the process, it is being clear that management is getting succeed or not in its process. Next one is,
Excuse me, sir.
yes.
Sir, your screen is not being shared anymore.
Now it is sharing or not?
No, sir.
Okay, ma'am. I share it again.
Thank you, sir.
Now it is visible.
No, sir. Yes, sir. Now it is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Efficiency means doing the task correctly with the minimum cost. It is important to for the management to getting the thing done at its minimum cost. Why it is most important to getting thing done at a minimum cost? Why it
Sir, just a
is?
second. Sir, just a second. Shashank, can you please mute your mic?
Shashank, you are disturbing the class from the beginning. Okay. Why is it important to getting things done at a minimum cost?
So we could allow variety of work to be done within a range of.
No, why it is important to get things done or doing the work at its minimum cost?
For the revenue purpose?
What is the main objective of the management? What is the main objective of the management?
to do work
for
efficiently
revenue purpose.
with
And
minimum time and
revenue
cost.
for the organization is known
In order
as
to do work,
revenue of the organization is known as its profitability.
yes, sir.
And what is the profitability? What is the profitability? What is the profitability? The difference between the cost of production and the revenue generated by the organization is known as profitability of the organization. And if you want to earn more profit, you have to. There is a two-way to earn.
Reduce the cost.
Yes, either you increase your
Yes, sir.
selling price, or either you decrease your cost. If you increase your selling price, then it affects your selling units, because if the price of any commodities increases, its demand decreases. It is a general economic principle. If you want to maximize your profit, you have to minimize your cost, because if your cost is at this minimum level, you can generate a maximum amount of revenue. Okay, that's why management want to doing task with its correct minimum cost. Okay, there is a kind of cost benefit analysis involved, and the relationship between input and output. That's why I said, by using less revenues, that is inputs, more benefits are derived, that is output. Then efficiency has increased. Efficiency is
Sir,
also
please repeat this
increased
point.
when, for the same benefits or output, fewer resources are used and less costs are incurred. Input resources are money, material, equipments, persons required to do a particular task. If I want to construct a house, I contract a contractor or a cobbler.
Contractor, sir.
Because
Contractor.
Contractor.
why?
Because we know that he can do the work efficiently.
He is skilled in that work.
He
You know
is
the
skilled
rules
in that work.
and
He is skilled in that work. He will manage the work properly.
Yes, sir.
Okay?
Yes,
So
sir.
the person who know how the work can be completed, we want to contact that person for that work.
Sir, he will manage it systematically
Yes.
in a
That's
continuous manner.
that's the management is what. That's the management is what. Management is getting things done from the others in a systematic manner. That's why I said.
yes.
Okay. So this is the management. Management is getting things done in a systematic manner from the others. And these the two important elements of the management is efficiency and effectiveness. If the person cannot achieve these two components, the management is nothing. It is clear to all what is the management? Anyone
Yes,
have
sir.
doubt?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Anyone have doubt? Now come to the definition of the management.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Management is the process of designing and maintaining an environment in which individuals working together in a group effectively accomplish selected aims. Okay, what is the management? Management is a process designing and maintaining an environment in which individuals working together in a group efficiently accomplish selected aims, that is profitability earned by the organization. And next definition is, management is defined as the process of planning, organizing, actuating and controlling an organizational operation in order to achieve coordination of the human and the material resources essential in the effective and efficient attainment of the objective. This is the important key word for that definition: effective and efficient attainment of objective. ठीक है? So always remember, effectiveness and efficiency is the most important element for the management. Okay.
Okay.
Next definition is management is the process of working with and to get and through others to effectively achieve
Hello.
एक मिनट 1 second organizational objectives by efficiently using limited resources in the changing environment.
Excuse me, sir, we can't see
Sir,
your
the
screen.
slide is not visible.
Okay. Now it is visible or not?
No, sir, not yet.
No, sir.
I'm sharing the screen to once again.
Okay.
Now is it visible?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Visible?
Yes,
It
sir.
is visible.
Yes, yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So these are the three important definition of the management. First one, describe what is the management. Management is getting things done from the others.
Excuse me, sir.
Second one is
First-
describe
Excuse me,
the
sir.
process of the management. Yes.
सर स्क्रीन पर अभी फर्स्ट स्लाइड अपीयर हो रही है सर.
Okay.
ये मैनेजमेंट की डेफिनेशन वाली स्क्रीन अब नहीं आ रही है सर.
ये आ रही बेटा? आगे स्लाइड बोल.
नो सर फर्स्ट
नहीं सर, अभी भी नहीं आ रही.
फर्स्ट स्लाइड ही शो हो रही है
सर फर्स्ट स्लाइड शो हो रही है अभी.
अच्छा अभी रुकिए मैं दोबारा से स्लाइड शो करता हूँ यार. हो सकता है कुछ बेटा सर में लाइट नहीं आ रही है तो मैं इसको जरा अलग अपने मोबाइल से कनेक्ट किया हुआ है लैपटॉप पे तो हो सकता है प्रॉब्लम कर रहा हूँ. दोबारा से कर दे रहा हूँ उसको शेयर. थोड़ा पावर कट है ना तो बड़ा इसलिए हो सकता है दिक्कत कर रहा हो ये कुछ.
सर एक चीज और पूछनी थी.
हाँ बताइए.
सर ये जो रिकॉर्डिंग कर रहे हैं हम आप तो ये हम लोग बाद में देख सकते हैं ना, मतलब कोई डाउट
बेटा ये रिकॉर्डिंग आरसी की ओर से हो रही है. हो सकता है आरसी आपको शेयर करे बाद में क्योंकि कुछ टेक्निकल इश्यूज होते हैं कभी-कभी कुछ क्लियर नहीं आ पाता है हमारे पास कंटेंट्स तो बाद में हो सकता है वो आप लोगों को शेयर करें. अभी क्लियर हो रहा है बेटा सभी को ये अभी स्क्रीन पे.
हाँ सर वो तो रहा है पर
सेकंड स्लाइड है.
सेकंड स्लाइड है सर अभी.
कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ मैनेजमेंट आ रहा है बेटा
For examples of
स्क्रीन पे.
सर अभी
No,
सेकंड
sir.
नंबर ऑफ स्लाइड आ रही है. अभी वो
सर अभी
slide नहीं आ
एग्जांपल
रही
वाली
है.
स्लाइड है जो आपने एग्जांपल्स बताए थे.
हाउसवाइफ एंड स्कूल टीचर.
बेटा मीनिंग ऑफ ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑफ मैनेजमेंट आया
नहीं सर
नो
आप
सर अभी नहीं
अभी
आया.
नहीं आया.
नहीं
नो
आया.
सर.
यार, बड़ी समस्या है तो फिर क्यों नहीं आ रहा भाई.
सर वो स्लाइड
Excuse
लेट
me,
प्रोसेस
sir.
कर रही है.
Can we get these slides after presentation, sir?
Definitely I will share it.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
But why the slide is not showing to you?
सर गूगल मीट पे ना कई बार होता है एरर आता है तो ये हैंग हो
हाँ
जाता है.
गूगल मीट में प्रेफर नहीं करता हूँ. मैं जूम मीटिंग में करता हूँ प्रेफर. लेकिन प्रॉब्लम ये हो रही कि इस जो डेटाबेस है आपका वो आरसी के पास ही तो आरसी ही शेयर कर पाएगा लिंक. तो अभी प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं हो रही किसी को. मैं अगर मैं एक्सप्लेन कर रहा हूँ ऐसे तो पढ़ के.
No sir, why that is saying.
No sir, no problem.
As you're reading line by line, it's understandable.
No problem.
अभी now comes to the characteristics of management. What is the characteristics of management? First one is management is
Slide
goal
show
oriented.
नहीं हो रही
स्लाइड
है.
शो नहीं हो रही है पर.
बट स्लाइड की प्रॉब्लम हो रही है भाई. तो मैं भी देख रहा हूँ क्यों नहीं हो रही है. यहाँ से तो शेयर कर रहा हूँ मैं और यहाँ से शेयरिंग दिखा भी रहा है.
Sir,
सर,
please
यहाँ पे
continue.
आप
Please
देखिए
continue,
कि हम लोग
sir.
मैं
लिख
दोबारा
रहे
देखता
वैसे तो
हूँ.
आप स्लाइड शेयर करोगे बाद में.
अगर हो जाएगी तो अच्छी बात है बेटा.
Sir, please continue. Slide visibility is not required. Your lecture.
ओके.
सर अब हो रही है वैसे.
यस सर.
सर आप
यस सर स्लाइड शो हो गई आपकी.
अच्छा नाउ इज विजिबल. नाउ
Yes,
इट इज
sir.
विजिबल और नॉट.
यस सर.
Yes.
Characteristics of management.
Yes sir.
Is it? First one is management is goal oriented process. It means an organization has a set of basic goals which are the basic reason for its existence. ठीक है. These should be simple and clearly stated. Different organizations have different goals. For example, the goal of a retail store may be to increase sales, but the goal of the Spartic Society of India is to impart education to children with the special needs. Management unites the efforts of the different individuals in the organization towards achieving these goals. First one is management is goal-oriented process. If there is not a decided goal not decided by any organization, we cannot manage the activities of that organization. So the goal is most important element for the management. Okay? First we have to decide what we want to achieve, then we manage things to achieve that point or that skill or that way. Okay, so first one is management is goal oriented process. Next one is management is all pervasive. The activities involved in the management and enterprise are common to all organizations, whether economic, social or political. A petrol pump need to be managed as much as a hospital or a school. What manager do in India, the USA, the Germany or Japan is the same. How they do it may be quite different. This difference is due to the difference in culture, tradition and history. So management is pervasive, means management presents all anywhere in the world. Next one is management is multi-dimensional. Management is multi-dimensional. Management is a complex activity that has three main determinants. These are management of work. All organizations exist for the performance of some work. In a factory, the product is manufactured. In a garment store, a customer's need is satisfied. In hospital, a patient is treated. Management translates this work in terms of goals to be achieved.
Yes.
And design the means to achieve it. This is done in terms of problem to be solved, decision to be made, plans to be established, budget to be prepared, responsibilities to be assigned, and authorities to be delegated. So what is the management? Management is getting things done from the other in a systematic way. Management is pervasive. Management is goal oriented. Management is multidimensional. We have to use management process in any kind of business organization. Either it is small, either it is big, either it is national level, either it is multinational level, either it is a school, either it is a hospital, either it is a petrol pump. Okay? We need management activities. We have to perform management activities, all type of organization, not only in organization, but also in our daily routine life. Next one is management of people. ये बड़ा अलग साइड आगे लग रहा है, चलो भी देखता हूँ. ये है सॉरी यही थी. नेक्स्ट है मेरा मैनेजमेंट ऑफ पीपल. मैनेजमेंट, अब देखिए मैनेजमेंट में बड़ा तीन चीजें देखते हैं. पहले तो सबसे पहले मैनेजमेंट में आएगी आपका मैनेजमेंट ऑफ वर्क. Management is multidimensional. Basically, it will depend on three functions. Management of work, we have to select the person for the required job. The required qualification for that person is necessary for that job. We have to recruit that person in the particular job. This is called management of work. Next one is management of people. Human resources or people are in organization is a greatest asset. Despite all developments in the technology, getting work done through other people is still a major task for the manager. Managing people has two dimensions: the flow of input material and the technology for the transforming this input into a desired output for consumption. This is interlinked with both the management of work and management of people. If we don't perform management of work properly, we cannot manage the people, because the proper person we have to employ in the particular place, the person have the skill or knowledge for that post. If the person doesn't have this, the person cannot perform their duty effectively. So the management of work and the management of people is interlinked or interrelated. Okay. This is interlinked with both the management of work and management of people. It implies dealing with the employees as individual with desired needs and behavior. It also means dealing with the individual as a group of people. The task of management is to make people towards achieving the organization's goal by making their strength effective, their weakness and irrelevant. Next one is management of operation. If we manage work or people properly, we can easily arrange the management of operation. What is the management of operation? No matter what the organization is, has some basic product or services to provide in order to survive. This requires a production process which entails the flow of input material and the technology for transforming this input into a desired output for consumption. This is interlinked with both the management of work and the management of people. So we have to manage three functions in the management: management of work, management of people, and management of operations. Management of operation means what the people perform in their duty, what the technology we use in performing the discharging the duties of the people. Okay? What the technology we use in to use in production or services we provided to our customers. This is managed under the management of operations. Next one is management is continuous process. Management is a continuous process, means management is endless. Management is an endless process. The process of management is a series of continuous, composite but separate functions: planning, organizing, directing, staffing, and controlling. These functions are simultaneously performed by all managers all the time. You may have observed that this is a basic example that candles perform several different tasks in the single day. Some days he may spend more time in planning a future exhibition, and another days he may spend the time in sorting out an employee's problem. ठीक है? तो एक बड़ा बेसिक डेफिनेशन है ये. इसमें आपको पता है कि जिससे कैसे हम अपने मैनेजमेंट को जो है कंटिन्यूअसली प्रोसेस में लाते हैं. इससे एग्जांपल आपको दे रहे हैं कि मान लीजिए कभी ऐसा होगा कि आपको केवल प्रोडक्ट के बारे में डिस्कशन करना पड़े, या प्रोडक्ट को कैसे हम डिफरेंट सिंगल डे में यूज करेंगे वो पता लगाना पड़े, या कभी हमारा इस तरह की प्रॉब्लम आ सकती है जो हमारे वर्कर्स रिलेटेड हो सकती है, तो उसको कैसे हैंडल करेंगे हम. ठीक है? ये भी डिपेंड करेगा हमारे मैनेजमेंट के प्रोसेस पे ही कि how we handle the worker, how do we handle the product, how we handle the services provided by the organization in a systematic manner. Management is a group activity. We cannot manage a person single person. ठीक है? We cannot manage a single person or single group. Management is a group activity. Management is a collection of diverse individuals with the different needs. Every member of the group has a different purpose for joining the organization, but as members of the organization, they work towards fulfilling the common organizational goal, that is a target which want to achieve by the organization. This requires strong teamwork and coordination of the individual's effort in the common direction. At the same time, management should enable all its members to grow and develop as need and opportunities change. Next one is management is a dynamic function. Management is a dynamic function and has to adapt itself to the changing environment. As organization interact with its external environment, which consists of various social, economical, and political factors, in order to be successful, an organization must change itself and its goals according to the need of the environment. ठीक है? As the environment change, we have to change our management practice or management functions. ठीक है? तो management is a dynamic function because the environment changes continuously. We have to change our management skill, management functions, management process according to that changes. If we not change our managerial skill, we cannot survive in the market, or organization cannot survive in the changing world. Let us take an example. Okay, what is the name of the first television company in India? Which company introduced television set first time in India?
Sir, ECD.
Murphy.
मर्फी तो बेटा बहुत बाद में आया. Murphy is a radio manufacturing company, not a television company.
Okay, sir. Okay.
BPL.
Question change कर देते हैं. Which company introduced refrigerator first time in India?
Sir, Godrej.
Godrej.
Godrej का refrigerator मतलब बहुत बाद में आया.
वोल्टास
Whirlpool भी बहुत बाद में आया.
Sir,
LG भी
LG.
बेटा बहुत बाद में आया. सबसे पहला refrigerator इंडिया में कौन सा इंट्रोड्यूस हुआ था, बता सकते हैं?
वोल्टास सर
वोल्टास नहीं हुआ था. कैल्विनेटर. यस, कैल्विनेटर. अभी आप बताइए, कैल्विनेटर का नाम कहीं पर आपको देखने को मिलता है?
No,
क्यों
sir.
नहीं मिलता भाई?
No, sir.
क्यों नहीं मिलता है?
Because उन्होंने अपने आप को अपडेट नहीं किया टाइम
वही आपको बता रहा है.
अपडेट या छोड़ो सर.
यस, यही आपको मैनेजमेंट इन डायनामिक फंक्शन में बताया गया है कि जैसे जैसे हमारा चेंजेस होते हैं, अगर अपने आप को अपडेट नहीं करेंगे, अपने आप को अपने एनवायरनमेंट के अकॉर्डिंग नहीं डालेंगे, आउट ऑफ कॉन्टेक्स्ट हो जाएंगे. ठीक है
सर बट रिलायंस ने टेक ओवर कर लिया है कैलकुलेटर को.
आप ये सोचिए, जो कंपनी इंडिया में सबसे पहले अपने आप को इंट्रोड्यूस करती है, कौन है भाई? कौन है भाई?
भारत सर.
हाँ, तो ये देखिए, सबसे पहले आपको यही मैं आपको बताना चाह रहा हूँ. डायनामिक फंक्शन का मतलब क्या होता है? डायनामिक फंक्शन का मतलब ये कि अगर हमने एनवायरनमेंट के अकॉर्डिंग अपने आप को चेंजेस नहीं किया, तो हम आउट ऑफ कॉन्टेक्स्ट हो जाएंगे. अब कैलकुलेटर उस समय कंपनी जब इंट्रोड्यूस हुई इंडिया में, मैं आपको लेट 70s की बात बता रहा हूँ, तब उस समय एक बड़ा नाम थी कैलकुलेटर. आज उसको कोई नहीं जानता. अच्छा, सबसे पहले मोबाइल फोन इंडिया में कौन सा लॉन्च हुआ था, बता सकते हैं?
सर नोकिया.
सबसे पहली मोबाइल सर्विस प्रोवाइडर कंपनी इंडिया की कौन थी?
नोकिया.
BSNL.
नहीं है, रिलायंस नहीं है.
Sir, BSNL.
सर नोकिया.
बीएसएनएल, नोकिया, ये तो मोबाइल फोन के बाद में.
ब्लैकबेरी सर.
उषा फोन.
उषा फोन. अब आपका नाम कहीं सुनने को मिलता है? क्यों नहीं मिलता? आपको मेंटेन नहीं किया. दुनिया का पहला मोबाइल सेट कंपनी ने इंट्रोड्यूस किया था. दुनिया का पहला मोबाइल सेट किस कंपनी ने इंट्रोड्यूस किया था, मालूम है आपको?
No, sir.
No, sir.
मोटोरोला ने किया था. मोटोरोला सबसे पहला मोबाइल सेट था, जो जिस कंपनी का मोबाइल सेट सबसे पहले आया था, मोटोरोला थी. अब मोटोरोला का नाम आपको सुनने को मिलता है, क्यों नहीं मिलता? क्योंकि उसने आपको अपडेट नहीं किया. ये आपको बता रहा हूं मैनेजमेंट फंक्शन में.
सर अब तो आ रहे हैं मोटोरोला का भी मोबाइल फोन काफी अपडेटेड है.
ठीक है, तो ये एग्जांपल्स हैं कुछ. इफ मैनेजमेंट डज नॉट चेंज इट्स अकॉर्डिंग टू द environmental changes, according to the need of the consumers, the organization will out of the context. ठीक है, clear? किसी को confusion?
No, sir.
No sir.
No, sir. No, sir.
Next one. Next one is management is an intangible force. We cannot see or touch the management skill of any organization, but management has its physical, not a physical shape, but intangible shape. What is the intangible force?
That we cannot see or touch.
Yes, but we can feel. We can feel.
Yeah.
ठीक है? Management is an intangible force that cannot be seen in presence, can be felt in the way of organizational functions. The effect of management is noticeable in organization where targets are met according to the plans, employees are happy and satisfied, and there is a order lines instead of chokes. ठीक है? Next one is objectives of management. Management seek to achieve certain objectives, which are the desired result of an activities. They must be derived from the basic purpose of the business. In any organization, there are different objectives, and management has to achieve all objectives in effective and efficient manner. Objectives can be classified into organizational objectives, social objectives, and personal objectives. These are the two objectives which a management uh, want to achieve. ठीक है? First one is organizational objective.
Yes.
Management is responsible for selling and achieving objective for the organization. It has achieve a variety of objective in all the areas, considering the interest of all stakeholders. What are stakeholders? What do you mean by stakeholders?
Stakeholders means who invest in the business or for any business.
Shareholders.
The person who invests in the business is known as investor, not a stakeholders.
All the people who are associated with the organization, they all are
Yes.
stakeholders.
Any person who have any kind of interest in the organization is known as stakeholder of the organization. Either it is shareholder, either it is employee, either it is customer, either it is investor, either it is government. ठीक है? Any person who have an interest in the organization is known as stakeholders. So all the stakeholders, including shareholders, employee, customers, and government, the main objective of any organization should be utilize human and material resources to the maximum possible advantages. That is to fulfill the economic objectives of a business. And what is the economic objective of business is to generate
Profit.
by making revenue.
Yes.
Yes.
These are the survival, profit, and growth. These are the two components which an organization want to achieve. So first one is survival. If I start a new business, I want to sustain in the field, because if my management skill is not effective, we cannot sustain in the business field. Okay.
For longer time.
First one is first objective, survival. What is survival?
Yes.
The basic objective of business is survival. Management must strive to ensure the survival of the organization. ठीक है? In order to survive, an organization must earn enough revenue to cover cost. ठीक है? So
Yes, sir.
we want to make sure that we have to earn a maximum amount of revenue that meet our required cost. The business in the organizational survive in the business in organizational field. Okay. Second one is making profit. If we covers all the costs, then we move to the next objective, that is making profit. Mere survival is not enough for the business. If we want expansion, we have to make profit from the business activities. Management has to ensure that the organization makes a profit. Profit involves a vital incentive for the continuous successful operation for the enterprise. Profit is essential for covering cost and risk of the business. Next one is growth. ठीक है? After surviving and receiving a maximum amount of profit or optimum amount of profit, we want to get another objective, that is growth of the business. A business need to add its prospects in the long run. Okay? For this, it is important for the business to grow, to remain the industry in management must exploit fully the growth potential of the organization. Growth of a business can be measured in terms of sales revenue, increase in the number of employees, the number of products, or the increase in the capital investment, etc. There can be other indicators of the growth. ठीक है? तो सबसे पहले हमको 3 ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल ऑब्जेक्टिव में हमको अचीव करने पड़ेंगे. सबसे पहला होगा कौन सा?
Survival.
Second one is profit. Third one is ग्रोथ, ठीक है। तो ये हमारे ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल ऑब्जेक्टिव्स हैं। सेकंड वन इज सोशल ऑब्जेक्टिव्स। इट इन्वॉल्व इन द क्रिएशन ऑफ बेनिफिट्स ऑफ द सोसाइटी बिकॉज all the business activities are performed under the society, for the benefit of the society. The business create utility for the society. Okay, the business create utility for the society in by providing its product and by providing its services. So this is a social objective. Why do you purchase a product? Why do
To
you
complete our needs, fulfill our needs.
Because we need it.
and why and what is utility? Do you hear about utility? What is utility?
So whatever the things we needs are called the utilities.
Called utility.
Yes. We purchase any product for its utility to us.
Yes, sir.
If we getting hungry, we purchase burger or
Food,
samosa.
food item.
Okay, if we getting thirsty, we purchase a cold drink.
Yes, sir.
These are the utilities. ठीक है, तो utility is the main power to for the purchasing of any kind of product or services. Okay,
Yes.
so
Yes, yes.
business creates utility in a product or services. These are the social objectives. It involves the creation of the benefits for the society. As a part of society, every organization, whether it is business or non-business, has a social obligation to fulfill. This refers to the consistently creating economic value. Economic value means utility. Okay, for the various continuous society, including using environmental friendly methods of production, giving employment opportunity to the disadvantaged sections of the societies and providing basic amenities like school and riches to the employees. Okay, these are the social objectives. The box given below, just एक minute. So we are talking about social objectives.
Yes. Objective management.
Next one is पर्सनल ऑब्जेक्टिव्स। पर्सनल ऑब्जेक्टिव तो देखिए दो चीजों की बात हो गई। एक तो क्या बेटा हमारा ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल ऑब्जेक्टिव। ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या होता है? टू मेकिंग प्रॉफिट इन अ मैक्सिमम वे। सेकंड वन इज सोशल ऑब्जेक्टिव। सोशल ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या होता है? प्रोवाइड एम्प्लॉयमेंट टू द वेरियस सेक्शंस ऑफ सोसाइटीज, ठीक है। एंड थर्ड वन इज पर्सनल ऑब्जेक्टिव। अगर आप किसी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में काम करते हैं तो आप क्या चाहते हो भाई?
हमारा कंटिन्यू हमें प्रमोशन मिले सर, सैलरीज इंक्रीज हो,
पर्सनल ग्रोथ,
सैलरीज इंक्रीज हो
और
पर्सनल प्रॉफिट एंड
कंपनी का ग्रोथ भी हो,
तो हमारा एक्सपीरियंस बढ़े सर,
कंपनी का ग्रोथ भी हो। चलिए आना। और
तो पर्सनल की बात करें तो हम अपने लिए बात कर रहे हैं ना।
सबसे
पर्सनल
इंपॉर्टेंट चीज आप भूल रहे हैं बेटा, सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट चीज आप भूल रहे हैं। देखिए ग्रोथ चाहिए,
पर्सनल ग्रोथ एंड पर्सनल
एमिनिटीज चाहिए, ठीक है। सबसे बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट चीज क्या होता है? सोशल, एक हमारी डिग्निटी भी है इसकी,
सोशल डिग्निटी,
ठीक है।
सोशल
रेपुटेशन,
वो तो फर्स्ट नंबर है,
ठीक है। जैसे मैं अगर आपसे कहूं कि मैं किसी एक रेपुटेड इंस्टीट्यूशन में वर्क करता हूं तो हमारी एक जो पहचान है, जो हमारा एक डिग्निटी है, वो अलग बनेगी। बिल्कुल बनेगी कि नहीं बनेगी? तो सोशल डिग्निटी भी चाहिए हमको, एक सोशल रेपुटेशन भी चाहिए हमको। तो वही हमारी पर्सनल ऑब्जेक्टिव भी है। हमारी जो पर्सनल रिक्वायरमेंट्स है, हमारा इंक्रीमेंट हो, हमारा पर्सनालिटी डेवलपमेंट हो, ठीक है, हमारा जो सोशल सिक्योरिटीज हमको मिले, ये भी ठीक है। और सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट चीज डिग्निटी होनी चाहिए, ठीक है। एक हमारा जो रिकॉग्निशन होना चाहिए सोसाइटी में, सोशल रिकॉग्निशन होना चाहिए।
रेपुटेशन हमारी
बनेगा तब तक हमारे लिए वो बेकार है, ठीक है। तो यही आपके लिए बता रहा है। Organizations are made up for the people who have different personalities, background, experience and objectives. they all become part of organization to satisfy their diverse needs. They vary from the financial needs such as competitive salaries and perks, social needs such as peer recognition in the society, ठीक है, and ये सब बेटा इसमें आएगा. सोशल नीड्स सच एज पीयर रिकॉग्निशन एंड हाई लेवल ऑफ नीड्स सच एज personal growth and development. Management has to reconcile personal goals with organizational objectives for harmony in the organization. These are the objectives of the management. There are the three objectives. First one is organizational objectives, which consist survival, profit, and growth. Second, social objectives.
Social objectives.
Personal objectives. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Next one is importance of management. Having understood that management is universal activity that is integral to any organization, we now examine some of the reasons that have made management so important. Why management is so important? First one is management help in achieving goals, group goals. Management is required not for itself but for achieving the goals of the organization. ठीक है? The task of a manager is to give a common direction to the individual effort in achieving the overall goal of the organization. The first one is management help in achieving group goals. If we want to achieve a goal fixed by the organization, we have to move the direction of the working of the person in that way that to achieve that goal easily. Next one is management increases efficiency. The aim of a manager is to reduce cost and increase productivity through better planning, organizing, directing, staffing and controlling the activities of the organization. इससे मैं आपको पहले भी बता चुका हूँ, ठीक है? Which I have said earlier. If we repute a particular person in particular place, that person have a skill for that post, that person have a knowledge for that post, we can easily manage the organizational process by the management. Okay, so management increase efficiency. If we have the knowledge, if we have the potential for that post, we can efficiently perform our duty, ठीक है, with no difficulty. Management creates a dynamic organization. All organizations have to function in an environment which is consistently changing. It is generally seen that individual is an organization change in its own often means moving from familiar, secure environment into newer and more challenging one. Management help people adapt to these changes so that the organization is able to maintain its competitive edge. ठीक है? तो management is a dynamic organization, creates a dynamic organization. We promote the person from the lower post to upper post so that they can handle the pressure easily. They can able to handle the pressure. They can increase their thinking power. ठीक है? So management creates a dynamic organization for the employees and provides a challenging environment to that its employee for the management of their growth and skill.
Sorry sir, but can't see the current slide.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Vagga sir. Thank you.
Okay, ma'am.
अभी लर्नर्स हम नेक्स्ट सेशन के लिए MMPC 002 के लिए भी इसी लिंक पर बने रहेंगे और जो लिंक आपको मेल के द्वारा भेजा गया है, इस लिंक के माध्यम से ही आपके सारे काउंसलिंग सेशंस कंडक्ट होंगे और स्टूडेंट्स ने एक व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप बना लिया है, तो उसी पर हम आपका काउंसलिंग शेड्यूल भी अपलोड कर देंगे। अभी हमारे साथ 4 बजे से डॉक्टर सपन अस्थाना सर जुड़ेंगे, कि MMPC 002 के लिए क्लास कंडक्ट करेंगे। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
मैम हेलो
Excuse me, ma'am.
हेलो
Excuse me, ma'am.
क्योंकि हमारी अभी इस क्लास का टाइम ओवर हो, अभी 1 या 2 मिनट ही बचा है इसके लिए, तो निश्चित रूप से हम नेक्स्ट क्लास जो कि 4 बजे से शेड्यूल है, और उसे अभी मैंने आपको इन्फॉर्मेशन दे दी है कि डॉक्टर सपन अस्थाना सर उसमें जुड़ेंगे, और बाकी आपकी जो भी एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव या मॉडलिटीज ऑफ कंप्लीशन ऑफ इग्नू प्रोग्राम से संबंधित जो भी आपकी फ्रिक्वेंटली आस्क्ड क्वेश्चंस हो सकते हैं, उसके लिए एक अलग से सेशन कंडक्ट करेंगे। थैंक यू।
Excuse me, madam.
मैडम ने थैंक यू बोल दिया।